So welcome everyone to the February Demo Day. We're going to kick this off with Alex, who is going to show some of the new options for refund that will allow creation of RMA and RMA rec records. So Alex, over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so we'll kind of do a quick little demo first, and then kind of talk about some of the various options that are available here, because there's a bunch of different configurations you can do to decide exactly how you want this to work. But so from that invoices page in point of sale, you can just select an invoice, and then you click the little drop-down arrow to process a refund. You get kind of this option to select, okay, which line items, which quantities from that order do you want to process the RMA for? And then you can click process refund. And then you should get a message a little back. So we've created a credit item here. So the invoice is even already added to your cart. So if you want to pay it out, you can do so right from there. And so kind of getting into some more of the details here, and we can kind of bring this up in desktop. So kind of starting off, so here's the invoice that we've created, and this invoice has a source document of 223-1, which corresponds with an RMA rec. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong screen. And so we'll show here. So this whole process created the RMA rec. It confirmed the status and then posted it to the AR to generate this invoice. And so we've got our line items here. However, there may be cases where you don't want to go all the way through to posting the AR or the RMA rec and creating the AR record yet. And so if you don't want it to do that, we actually have the option here based on the terms code for the item. We can deselect this. And so if you deselect this and process your refund, you will still get the RMA and the RMA rec, but it will not be confirmed and posted, so you will not have your AR credit yet. And that'll require then somebody to go through RMA rec E2 to confirm the receipt and post it separately. And the terms code here, which terms code we look at, is actually determined by MRK control. And so in here, we have the option where you can either process based on the terms code from the customer itself or from the specific invoice. So it might be the case where, okay, as long as the customer has this terms code by default, it doesn't matter what the invoice has. You know, if that customer allows it, we're going to automatically process all the way through and create the AR. Or it can be on an invoice basis. And to enable this entire process, here in MRK control, you do want to check the enable RMA refund. And so if this is not enabled, when you go through the process refund, you will just create an AR credit and there will be no RMA or RMA rec created to be associated with it. And so those are the various options there. And I don't know if anybody has any questions or if we want to run through another example or anything, but that's kind of the high level of it.
All right, well, thank you, Alex. Christian, we'll kick it over to you then.
Yeah, there was just one question in chat from Jake. I don't know if you want to resolve that one first.
Yeah, does it also walk back inventory? Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're doing the full RMA rec flow, it would account for inventory being returned, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it would.
Right. Any other questions?
Yes. So
go ahead, Jim.
So do you have an option for, like, if the returning inventory is broken, can you put it into one of two locations? Can it go into scrap or can it go back into inventory?
Not currently, but that's a good future state. Well, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, not currently. Yeah, we don't currently support like any of the specific statuses or anything like that on the line items to decide where things go and how it should be handled yet. And so that might be a case where then you would not want to have the auto process on the terms set. So then that'll kind of force you to go through RMA rec E2 and further decide what to do with everything before going ahead to process. Right,
may only be a partial refund or whatever, so on.
Right. Yep.
Want to kick us off, Christian?
Yep. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so today I'm going to be demonstrating one of our newest features from our previous release that involves the contacts. So in tickets and time and in a few other areas where there is contact search available, we've updated the search to use lookup tables. And so rather than showing just the name, we're now able to show a lot more information in case there's duplicates and things of that nature. And so for this search, you're able to see the contact ID, name, email, the associated customer, and the customer name. And then you double click it, it will automatically select it. And for Rover customers, this is all controlled and FDIC'd in the lookups tab. And so this allows you to pick the fields you want to display as well as adding in your own comparisons and sorts. So this just allows you a little bit more control, or a lot more control, of what you want to display. And this is generally just something we're just trying to move toward, is using lookup tables for a lot of our searches. And as I said before, it's also available not just in the tickets to time module, but in the sales and for quotes, opportunities, and orders. And similarly, we've also added the lookup table for customers within point of sale. So I'll navigate here. And so now when you search for a customer, you get this different table, which is a little different from the previous ones. And this allows you to, as before, pick and choose the fields you want to display rather than having them predefined. And this also allows you to search within. So if you wanted to search state, just search by California, and then you would get all of those customers with the previous search and now within that state. So this allows you to do a lot more filtering and drill downs to find the customer that you're looking for. And so those are some of the two newest releases, two newest features in the past two releases. And so that just about wraps up the lookups. Are there any questions before I move on? Nope. Okay. I'm going, Greg, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to move to a sort of preview. This hasn't been released yet. And this is adding opportunities to point of sale. So similarly, in the customers module, we're able to select opportunities in the sales module. This just brings it from the sales module to point of sale. So you're able to search for customers. You could select one, or maybe, this was working a second ago. 1 second. Still in development. Okay, so once you select an opportunity, it brings up the form, as you know, and once you're able to make a change, you're able to save it, and it updates. So you're able to modify your opportunities, create new ones, similar as the previous way it was working, just inside point of sale. This is still currently in development. We're planning on adding it within once you've selected a customer, you'll be able to see just the opportunities for that one particular customer. But for now, this is still in development.
And for people that aren't doing any opportunities at all, whether in point of sale or otherwise, there's toggles. I mean, this is an opt-in function, so point of sale doesn't change for the people who aren't doing this stuff, correct?
Yes, this is all opt-in. So
yep.
It's all toggled.
As part of this ongoing journey we've got, though, to consolidate all the sales functionality into point of sale, which it will mean getting rid of the sales page here as this becomes the new sales page, which will also come with the quotes work too. Sorry to jump in and grab the mic there for a second, Christian, but I anticipated a couple questions on that. So.
No, thank you.
Okay, and then Christian, were you going to show? I didn't know if we had any availability to show the discount functionality.
Yeah. We're ready to move on to the next one then.
I think so, if you were finished with opportunities.
I typed a question in.
Oh, sorry, missed it. Yes, I think that's part of the goal, right? So when opportunities, quotes, and orders are all available within point of sale likely becomes sales module.
And the old sales page goes away, along with the old opportunity. Well, the old opportunities form has basically gone away, but the old quotes form, old orders form, all of that stuff consolidates into point of sale, and point of sale becomes sales.
Yeah, and along those lines, we're working on SO quote generation from point of sale actively, just not quite ready to show it, but that will likely be in the next demo day. All right,
Okay.
Christian, back to you.
Yep. Let me find it. Okay, so for the accounting module and accounts receivable tab within the customers page, we've added some extra fields that you're able to toggle depending on if you have access, and I'll show you how that works in a second. But essentially, we've updated the sort of payment form a bit. So now that you're able to see that there's a toggle to edit, and so we've added some fields. We've added a new field called discount description, discount amount, percent, and the discount account. And so these fields are all enabled in our security record. You're able to show or make read only, depending on how you configure it. And I'll show that in a second, but I just want to show that these fields are now going to be part of the accounting page. And so for Rover systems in security.e, we're leveraging the input restrictions tab. So as you can see, there's AR, and so you're able to toggle these fields for discount percent and discount account. As you can see, these are blocked. So, oh, actually, they're not blocked. Maybe it hasn't updated. Sorry for 1 second. This is still in development. Something we're currently focusing on this sprint. I'm guessing I hadn't updated fully. But in the future, these will be, depending on those toggles, certain fields will be either hidden or disabled for edits. Yeah, that's something we're currently working on.
Amount, percentage, and the GL account code are all standard Rover fields. The discount description is the new field into AR to drive all of this. Not to drive all of it, but to really supplement all of that. It's just to highlight that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. I think you're still working on some of my UI UX feedback there too. But thank you.
Yeah, this is this is all still in development. A little rough around the edges for the moment, but something we're looking to get across the finish line.
A follow-up on this will be the discount information being shown in the customer portal side too. So the customer who has sponsored this stuff at the moment wanted to start with access on the employee side, but once it's all polished in here, a follow-up and an easier follow-up, honestly, is the discounts being presented in the portal as well, the customer portal. Obviously, customers have less control over the discount there. It's more just informational that they're receiving a discount, not here are the controls to be able to dictate the discount terms.
This is sweet.
Thank you.
All right. Christian, I think that's all you had, correct?
That is correct.
All right. I will take over and give a quick demo of some of the things that we're working on the AI side. So we're starting to work on exposing the ability for the AI assistant within Rover Web to start taking actions on your behalf against Rover. So we'll show a couple things here. Now I'm on the accounting page. We can now have the assistant do navigation. So I've got a predefined prompt here called show tickets. If I click that, the agent will then take me over to the tickets module. I've got a little bug where it's not updating the header properly, but we're in tickets here. I'm going to bounce back to accounting and then I'm going to ask it to create a ticket on my behalf. So it's aware of what is needed in order to create a ticket. So it's telling me, give me the customer, the description, ticket type, assignee. So if I just paste in those details, then it should go out and create this ticket for me. And it's giving me the ticket ID of 668. If I then tell it to show me the tickets again, we'll have it navigate back there. And there's that ticket that it just created for me. So it's pretty cool that we can now have it start taking actions on your behalf. Another one I've got wired up for the moment just to test is show a part. So if I click show a part, it's going to say, well, you need to give me the part number. So if I tell it I want to see 93, it'll then navigate me over to the inventory module and open part 93. And I should also be able to just tell it directly, show part cap 10. There to open cap 10. And then we can also start having it just show UI elements. I don't have a great example of that, but I can do show settings dialog. So this is kind of just an example of we can have actions that then open a form and prompt the user to input fields on the form rather than them just needing to know kind of the format of what they needed to enter. So this would be a great example of something like a log entry. Like if we wanted to do a CRM log entry for a particular customer or contact, you could ask the assistant to create a new log entry. It could pop a form and then you fill out the items that are necessary for that input. But that's the quick update on where we're at with the Rover AI assistant starting to interact with Rover further. Any questions?
You're gonna try to work out a, time entry helper too that everybody could take advantage of, right? That's something that we could, in theory, roll into production pretty quick for Zoom Assist. Enter 3 hours of work for today for ticket whatever, and here's my description.
Agreed. I think that's a good next step there that we've been talking about, just haven't quite gotten to it.
Who would use that? If we gave you the ability to ask the assistant to log time for you, who would use that?
Alvin.
That's good because you log a lot of time, Alvin. So
on the sales side, we would definitely use log for logging contacts. I can guarantee that.
Oh, the question was about logging time, though, Bill. Come on. I think that's a really good follow-up use case too. I mean, so much of the company it just has to be logging time, right? It's one of the most universal things that people here do. So if we can give you a quick way to do that through the assistant, that seems like a great win. And then
is there any voice integration added to that yet?
No.
No. Okay.
Now the next thing, so I mean, we get this functionality through Informer, through Intrinsic, right? Part of Rover BI. They're working on file upload access at the moment. So that'll be the next thing you see coming, where you can drop a file into the chat to upload something to the assistant in real time. Voice and stuff will come later on down, but you could use, I mean, your voice to text within your operating system. It's going to work for you to be able to just say something into the mic and have it transcribe it into the web app, but not quite yet on the assistant.
Right. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you all for attending.